What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Movie Raised. When speaking of one of the newest musicals from Disney, we have to talk about Zombies franchise. After the first was released and ended the way it did, without any sort of compelling evidence that there will be a second one, not sure that it will have a success the way that it did, the cliffhanger we got in the second part was sure enough evidence that there is a bigger chance that we're going to have a third installment of this franchise. And if it does, here are some things we need to have in it.
We can do this! So let's do this! Let's go, Mighty Shrimp Break on 5!
Returning cast. As with many other Disney movies, most of them have 3 installments, so with Zombies 2, this should probably be the last part, and maybe it will. In order to be the best as a finishing one, we need the whole crew there, seeing as they are really good together. They mash really nice, and they shouldn't change anything or throw out someone. And for a little extra spice, they should probably announce some new characters to the cast we all know and love, a new viewing aspect for the things that are about to happen in the future of this wonderful musical. Seeing the others like High School Musical, Descendants, and many more, all adding to the fact that this is the formula for success in the last 14 years at Disney.
Rally.
Oh, my Z-band was
Great!
turned
Use
off.
that! Take it and use it!
No, I can't, Coach. No, I can't.
Stick with the same crew behind the scenes. This is probably one of the safest things to say and one of the most reasonable ones, but we thought we should put it out there. Like many movies, in Disney and outside of it, Zombies franchise should stick with the same director, Paul Hone, who made a very good job with the first 2 movies, getting big success on the screen and delivering big time for the company and the Zombies universe. Sticking with him and continuing the collaboration is a must for the 3rd installment of this franchise, if they want to be as successful as the first 2.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I'm not letting you talk me into doing this.
I just need a little Zom boost, okay?
Something old, something new. Seeing what it was like when it first came out, the first part of this movie, all of the fans were excited to meet and understand this new, exciting universe the crew was put into and lived. All the stuff, the things they did, the things they thought they knew, and the ones they couldn't understand until recently. And on the other hand, the events that occurred that defined and pictured the scenes for us, the scenes we know now. We also want some new stuff connected to the old, connected to the characters we love so much, something new about themselves, something exciting that they need and are obliged to discover in order to prosper as individuals.
A puppy! My very own puppy! Danger, this is Puppy.
The Werewolves. When it came out, one of the newest and biggest news were the new kids on the block, the Werewolves, and all their specific, moral, contradictory, and beautiful things that define them. Show us who they really are.
Wait, what?
With the Werewolves, we got an extra, interesting point of view we didn't have before. We learned and studied all about them, who they are, what do they do, what is their goal, how they live, and how they prosper. With this, the movie got so much attention from new fans and a huge amount of joy from the old, as they added a significant point to the main message the movies are trying to imply into us. We are all the same. There is no place for hatred and prejudice to the things we don't know, the things we don't understand. Now they are a big part in the movie, and we need it to continue like that for the 3rd one as well.
So,
I'm Zed. What's your name?
Addison, nice to meet you. All clear.
Addison in the center. Addison, as we all know from the first 2 movies, is one of the main characters together with Zed. But more or less, she was probably the vocal point in all the scenes, and with the background to do it. We need Addison to be that same thing for the 3rd movie, as she is very likable, an easygoing character that the fans have no problem falling in love with her very fast.
You're beautiful.
Zombies, show yourselves! You're out past...
Seeing how the second part ended with one of the most beautiful and confusing cliffhangers in all of the Disney universe, we are bound to see it happen. She is very kind and forgiving, not much of a person that holds a grudge for a long time, and a character we all need to be there when things are about to go bad.
We still got time before the game. I owe you a real date.
A date?
Yep.
The new squad. Judging from the ending of the second part of this installment and the scene where a meteor falls down from the sky, which is a big thing considering what was happening before.
If you ever touch my cousin again, it won't be pretty, which as you can see is off-brand for me.
We are probably going to get a new squad in Seabrook, and with a high chance of them being some kind of aliens. Who knows? But with this, we are somewhat seeing what the crew and cast are about to confront with, and where is the movie going, which is a very good sign for the third movie. And we need this. The gang needs this. Something awfully new. A whole new arc to discover. A huge black hole. A trip to the unknown, taunting us to figure out what it is.
This town, this school, it's hard not fitting in.
Well, how would you know?
This is exactly what the movie needs, considering what kind of uprising was there among the fans when they were presented with the werewolves. Backstory. Since the third part is probably going to be the last one, not sure yet, we need a little more backstory for the characters we love and cherish. Throughout the first two parts, there were times where we had an opportunity to get to know some of the characters, which in fact is a big deal when watching a movie like this one, with many supernatural things in the way. When I say we need more backstory, I mean that we need to know more about the recent things both from Part 1 and Part 2 to have a little more of a story behind the fact about Zed's mom. She is never mentioned or seen in the movies. Zed and his sister are at a very large gap when it comes to their years. Why didn't Addison ascend in the alpha werewolf she was supposed to? What kind of a necklace is the one she was supposed to ascend with, and where does it come from?
Humans don't really like zombies. That's just because they haven't met me yet.
There are many thoughts about many events and characters that need to be a little more detailed in the next one. Crossovers. One of the newer trends in the movie industry, both in the TV shows and the movie franchises with more than 2 parts, is in fact the crossover between 2 or more different movies from the same universe. So even though it was mentioned before, and somewhat hinted probably, or maybe just a minor mistake, in the next part we need to get some crossover. A little uncommon for the movies from Disney universe though. Connected, we rarely see a mix-up between 2 different movies. Only references, and some, as I said before, mentions about certain things. There's a good chance that we will get what we need from the franchise, some kind of connection, the zombies and some other movie about what they are, and how did the aliens, which is mostly the case with the meteor falling at the end of the second part, get on Earth in the first place, and why are they here? Crafty abilities. From the first and the second part of this franchise, as time went by in Seabrook, we learned many cool and exciting things about the gang and what they had to offer. With this in mind, and from what we managed to dig up on the internet and the news we have so far, we might see witches in the third part. What does this mean? This means that possibly, maybe Addison is a witch? Who knows? We will have to wait to find out. Having this in our hands, we need to get our hopes up and see some new spells and mechanisms from the cast. Some things to remind us how it was when we first saw in both films what our favorite characters have to offer to the table. We had glimpses of magic mostly from the second one, ones that are out of the ordinary, basic abilities with the werewolves and their stones and jewels, being able to pose some kind of magical power. We definitely need some more of that action going on in the future. A trailer. And last but not least, as with all the movies and TV shows coming out in the last who knows how many years to this day, we need a good old trailer, one like the first 2 installments had. Even though, according to statistics and past actions from Disney regarding this franchise, the third movie is supposed to be released somewhere around February in 2022. We need a trailer so badly and fast. A glimpse in the future for the movie. What will happen? Some hints here and there, and what are we going to see in that exact movie? A short story of mixed events, all pointing to the plot that is for now an uncertainty for all of us. So, thanks for staying until the end of this video. Make sure to like and subscribe and hit the bell icon for more videos like this in the future. Thank you!